Hello everyone, Isabella here, and today we're going to be talking about one of my all-time favorite games, Moonlight Lovers. Moonlight Lovers is an Otome style game, meaning a dating style game, made by the company BeeMov. BeeMov. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's pretty much just a choose your own adventure game. It's like a visual novel, I've heard people call it. I don't claim to be an expert in games or anything like this. I just really love this one. And I love the entire concept of it being this visual novel. It's basically like you're reading, you're making choices as you go. Let's get started, shall we? Picture this. You are an orphan who's just outgrown the orphanage. You're 18 years old and you're ready to set out into the world all on your own. Alone. Except you're not alone. Because your parents left you a manor. A beautiful manor, all to yourself. And you're really excited to go to this manor because maybe it'll have answers to the history of your parents and who you are and why they left you and all that jazz. You set out into the world, will in one hand, map on the other, and you find your manor. Your beautiful stone manor with ivy crawling over the walls and really nice, beautiful stained glass windows, and what seems to be a light inside it. A light inside your parents' dilapidated old manor that was supposed to be for you. Weird. You go inside, and it's rather cozy. Like, interior decorated, it's got an aesthetic, there's a whole vibe. This is definitely somebody's home. And as you're taking in the splendor of the foyer and its green walls and checkered floors, a man appears. Not just any man, a handsome man. And even though he is handsome, he's a stranger. So a stranger handsome man is in your supposed to be abandoned manor. As any sensible damsel would, you get rather startled by this gentleman, no matter how attractive he is. And you move into another room in the manor. In that room, there's also a man. A handsome man. Being the damsel that you are once again, you're startled. You run into another room, and into another room, and in each room, and each hallway, and each step you seem to take, appears another handsome man. Now, finally, you've run all the way up the 3 stories of your manor, where another handsome man, cloaked in the shadows, awaits you. This guy really freaks you out, though. He isn't as kind and accommodating as the other handsome men, who are also gentlemen. They were very, I guess, amicable, peopleable. But this guy was just plain scary. So you, being the frightened orphan girl with no worldly experience that you are, you're trapped, cornered by this shadow fiend of a man, and you back up, all the way into the 3rd story window, where you crash out, falling in slow motion to the garden grounds beneath. And there, as you take what become your final breaths, you are forced to make a choice. You can be saved. All of the handsome, tall, beautiful men have surrounded you, worried about your well-being, and one can save you, but you have to choose. And with your dying breath, you choose the vampire who will become yours. Oh, God, you guys. I love it. I live for that drama. I don't care if it sounds cheesy, if it's not, whatever. I love it. So, this all starts off as this really dramatic story, and then you choose your vampire. There are various vampires to choose from, and all of them have a different vibe, and as you run through the house and you're meeting all of them, it kind of is like, this is your little trailer introduction to what each one is gonna be like. Except honestly, they are very different from just that snippet of what you get at the very beginning. They all have such different personalities. And something that I really loved about this game is that it's not just like a cheesy little romance game. This is well written. It's well written, and the characters are compelling, interesting, charming. Girl, I was blushing. On multiple occasions, I was blushing. These guys know how to talk. They know how to work. And what I love about the game in general, no matter which route you end up going, is that there's such a beautiful progression of the relationships that you experience with each of these vampires. So it's not just like right off the bat you're, you know, in love with them and everything. It really is this slow burn. Like, you really are living kind of the day-to-day feeling of getting used to this vampire that you have become attached to. Now, attached to, like, what does that even mean? Well, turns out, and I love this, you become a chalice. A chalice isn't something that I have ever seen done in any vampire media before, so I really appreciate in this game that they created like this new kind of lore for us. A new vampire lore just dropped. Your character, Eloise, or if you're like me and put your name because you want the vampires to be saying your name, Isabella, you have now basically become, God, saying it out loud is, well, what happens is you become their personal, like, blood supply? Yeah. I don't know, whatever the ritual is that they're supposed to have done on you in this game, you become tied to this vampire. So you're not a vampire, but you are immortal, and your blood is the only thing that can feed your vampire. Basically, it's kind of like the best of both worlds, because it's like, hey, I get to be with a vampire and live with him forever, but I don't have to drink blood. Like, I mean, I can still eat dessert, you know? Honestly, if I'm being realistic, that is probably the route that I would go. Were I ever given the opportunity to choose to be a vampire or a chalice, I'd probably be a chalice. I don't know, though, because I want to be a vampire too. But I don't want to... I like chocolate. Anyway, I digress. So, you become this vampire's chalice, and basically, there's like this unspoken agreement now, well, depending on which character you choose, but there is now this link between you two, and your lives are entwined with each other, and you rely on each other. So each of you has to look out for the other. Basically, his life is your life is his life, and it's kind of romantic, huh? Again, I just really like this new kind of vampire lore that they created at BeeMov with this game, because I've never read anything that's like that, and I really enjoy it. So now let's talk about the vampires. I have played Moonlight Lovers 2.25 times, because I'm currently playing a new round right now. The first time that I ever played, I played with Raphael. The second time was with Aaron, and this third time is with Beliath. So I was trying to think of if I want to do my least favorite or my most favorite first or whatever, but I think I'm just gonna go in order of how I played them, because that's pretty much the order of how much I love which one. So the first one, Raphael. Oh my god. Listen, I truly fell in love with Raphael. I did. He is the most refined, gentlemanly, poetic, kind, respectful. He's everything, you guys. Everything. I should also mention that when you play this game, you have these action points. They're called AP. I always call them story points, but they're called action points. And these action points, they give you like a good chunk of them for free the first time that you play, so that you can really get into the chapters. But once you use up all of your action points, then you have to actually pay money to play the game, which is fair. It's very fair. They give you a lot for free first. But I will say, I do have a bone to pick that I will get to at the end. So I was flying on cloud 9 with Raphael for these first free action point chapters that I got. And the chapters are lengthy, they're long. And You really get to interact a lot with characters. You don't just interact with the one vampire, but you interact with the others. And I think that the writers of this game are definitely girly girls. They have to be, because they know all the tricks of, you know, a girl being like, okay, well, like, if you don't pay attention to me, then I'm gonna talk to this guy, or I'm gonna talk to that guy, or whatever, you know? And it's fine, you get to be messy in this game, okay? We get to all be a little bit messy, we get to all be a little bit bratty, and it's fun. However, as you're playing the game, you have A, B, and C choices for your dialogue options of like how you wanna move forward. And what I have noticed in my now 2.2¼ gameplays through is that depending on if you pick A's mostly, if you pick B's mostly, if you pick C's mostly, you get different outcomes. So when I was playing with Raphael, I was choosing the dialogue option that was always like the most understanding one, the most like, oh, I totally get it, like, take your time, you know. I was picking what I would usually pick, okay? Which is like, I don't know, I guess I felt for him, you know? He's a blind vampire, he's not experienced love in like a million years, and he needed to go slow, and I was respecting that because he was very respectful with me. But what I learned is that the more that you play the game and the more respectful that you are and the more you choose like a certain outcome, that determines the ending you're gonna get. And there are 3 endings that you can get for each character. The first is the happy ending, the second is the neutral ending, and the third is the bad ending. And the bad ending is usually like, you die, he dies, or you can't be together, or something like that. The neutral ending is like, we're cool, like, we're friends, like, it's all gonna like play, we'll be cool. And then obviously the happy ending is like, we're in love, and we'll always be in love forever. Now, with Raphael, when I tell you that this man said things to me that are the standard for any real man that I ever talked to. Focus on him! The idealist. Age unknown, species vampire. An accomplished artist, Raphael looks for perfection in all that he takes on. A dreamer by nature, this vampire knows how hideous the world can be. Will you be able to sublimate his world? Are you the muse he's been waiting for? So, Raphael was this famous artist from the Renaissance period, and boy, you can tell in the way that he speaks. I have never been made to feel so beautiful by someone that literally can't see. And yes, I know that he is also a character in a computer game, but more importantly, this is a man who can't see. And the things that he will say to you, you will feel like the most beautiful person, woman on the planet. So his whole vibe is that he takes things slow because he's very respectful, artsy and poetic, artsy in like a romantic, beautiful, deep way. He's comparing you to the moonlight, even though he can't see it, but he's like, I know that you're more radiant than the moon tonight, and all this stuff. And the writers of this game, when they wrote Raphael, like, they slayed. They really slayed, because I've never, as a woman, been made to feel so beautiful than I did by this animated game vampire who is blind. That is just the truth. So the game and the stories follow a very basic story structure where, you know, we have like the introduction to the character, you're getting to know him, and then you start to learn more about him, and then we have like that rising action where, oh my god, like more parts of his past are being unveiled, and all of a sudden there's trouble in the manor. And then after that, there's the climax where what's gonna happen? Okay, this person has been revealed to be untrue, or whatever new person comes into the picture, stuff like that. Someone has to make that choice, someone has to do something now. And then we get the descent, where you fall into one of the 3 endings. With Raphael, I was flying high during the rising action. We were so in love, we were so happy, I was so understanding to him. And then came the climax. And the climax was like Raphael's brother, who they were in love with this woman, and they were both like accusing each other of having killed that woman, and Raphael having run away and the brother having run away, and them having this big misunderstanding and feeling bad that this woman that they loved died because of them. And you know, for me, I understand, Raphael, I'm here for you. I want to help you process your trauma and your grief. I want to be here for you, at the shoulder to cry on. At this point, I'm paying for the story. I am hooked. I'm invested. His fangs are in so deep into me that I am giving BeeMov all my money. Like, it's almost like an addiction. I'm playing, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna buy the like $20 pack. Okay, $20 pack goes by like that. I buy another $20 pack, goes by like that. $20 pack goes by like that. Before I know it, I've spent $100 on this game, on this animated man. I have spent $100 on Raphael, okay? I have no excuse, man. I was in love with him, okay? I was simping for him. I really was. And the story, though, was just so good that I was like, how can I just play like 8 clicks of it and then have to wait until tomorrow? No, absolutely not. If I buy the $20 pack, I can play like 200 clicks of it. So I took my hard-earned money and I gave it to fall in love with this blind, fictional vampire man on the computer. And you know what ended up happening? He left me. I got the bad ending. I got ending 3. The sad one, where Raphael, my beautiful, blind, artistic vampire with the tongue of a poet and the demeanor of just the most graceful of knights and kings and princes, left me. I paid for an animated man to leave me. That's crazy. I'm editing this video and my mom is listening, and what did you say? What did you say?
You have to go to rehab.
She cannot believe it. She cannot believe it. It's true. It's true. That's the bone I had to pick, by the way. If I paid $100, the least they could have done was given me the happy ending. Ugh. To get over him, I decided to date another vampire. And the one that I dated this time was Aaron. He was actually Raphael's best friend, so I got to see him quite a lot during my Raphael gameplay, and I really liked him because, listen, your girl has types, and let's just say Raphael and Aaron were the types, okay? Let me read to you Aaron's biography. This is Aaron. He is very handsome. Focus on him. He is very handsome, okay? And he's built, he's got the body, he's got everything. They call him the Loner. He's a hybrid vampire and wolf. So, Aaron is a very special vampire who doesn't like to confide in others. Although not the most unpleasant member of the group, Aaron is quite mysterious. Will you be able to discover his secret? He's a little bit more quiet. He's kind of cold, a little bit standoffish. You know, he's trying to be nice, but it's almost like he doesn't know how to befriend someone or how to really make a relationship with someone new, or I guess me, or a girl, or humans in general. And so it just takes a little bit more time to warm up to him. I feel like he was really kind and really sweet, but he always felt kind of distant. And you find out that one of the reasons he is so distant is because he's dangerous. He's not just a vampire. Aaron is a werewolf. That's hot. Another cool lore vampire world type thing that I've never seen before and I thought was really cool. So anyway, you start to learn more about his dual identity and how he grapples with both of them. And he starts to let you in a little bit more, but I don't know, I always felt like a little bit distant from Aaron. And maybe that is due to the fact that I was also testing the theory that maybe I was being too understanding with Raphael the entire time, and I needed to be a little bit more of a brat. So I kind of took this round to attempt to choose the answers that weren't all like the super understanding girl. This time, I need to voice more of my concerns. I need to voice more of my needs. And so I did. And that made him start warming up to me and like opening up to me more, and that was really cool. And eventually I learned about his past, about how he was in this werewolf clan and they like kicked him out, and then the vampires found him, and so he got taken in by the vampires, and he still has beef with his werewolf clan. But there's like this one girl who comes in during the climax, or during the rising action of Aaron's story, who was his old pack mate, as he calls her. And she is like an old friend of his, and they reconnect, and it's cool and fun, but she's kind of like freaked out that he's also kind of a vampire, and that I'm his chalice and all this stuff. And then I try to become friends with her because like that's his friend and all this stuff, and I'm sure you can tell like what's going on. He clearly has feelings for her. And I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. See, I'm learning a lot about relationships by playing this game. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm like, because I don't have a problem with you having like a cool, awesome werewolf girlfriend. That's awesome. She's cool. She's nice to me and stuff. But it turns out that she has her wolfy little talons deep in him, and he doesn't want to let go of her anymore. But he also doesn't want to let go of me. And so I spent $40 to get the neutral ending. Ending number 2. Where Aaron gets to have his cake and eat it too. Oh my god. Once again, I paid to share an animated man with an animated woman? Girl. I'm like, at this point, like, what is going on? But the storytelling and the writing is so good. And if anything, like, listen, I am mad about not getting with my boys, but I don't regret paying, because the people writing the stories, they deserve that. They deserve my money. They deserve to be paid for what they do, because they are incredible. Aaron's dialogue was, I would say, not as memorable. I mean, he was kind of like the silent protector type, which was cute, but I think that, I don't know, I just didn't feel as much of an emotional connection with him as I did with Raphael. Raphael, I felt everything. I think it was weird that I had to choose, that I realized I needed to choose choices that weren't like what my heart wanted to choose, so that I could like weasel my way into the ending that I wanted. And so that's kind of like one of my little qualms with Moonlight Lovers, even though I still absolutely love it. And number 3, Beliath. I hate him. I just started playing with him. I'm barely even past the introductory stages of his character. All I know is that this guy is a jerk. He is an ASSHOLE, okay? I don't like him. I know what they're doing. I know that this is supposed to be like this enemies to lovers trope. This like they hate each other and then they're gonna love each other so much, but it's not working on me. So, because I don't care about him, I am choosing all the answers that are just like being mean to him. I'm just being mean back. But maybe that's exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Maybe that's exactly what they want me to do. But here's the thing. Every time that I log in and I see Beliath's stupid little smug face, I get so angry and annoyed. Okay. Here's Beliath. I mean, you already know the guy is so full of himself. Okay? But I like a guy with long black hair. What can I say? And he's tall. Definition, the charmer. Okay. Description, an Epicurean charmer. Beliath fully embraces the nighttime world. He doesn't seem to be attached to anything or anyone, despite his large number of conquests. Will you be the one he opens his heart to? He is a seducer who does not attach himself to any of these conquests. He loves little pleasures. Oh, this is interesting. Beliath means worthless in Hebrew. It is a term that appears in the Hebrew Bible and comes to personify evil. Beliath was ranked last in the popularity poll on all wikis. Girl, honestly, yeah, he's the worst, okay? He's so condescending and arrogant and just mean, but like not even in a charming way. Like if he's supposed to be a charmer, he's not a charmer. He's just rude. Like he's just mean. And he really gets a kick out of being mean to you, which is just sadistic. I don't know, personally, every time that I log on to play with him, I just hate him. But I'm playing it because I want to play it, because I want to see how it ends, because maybe it'll surprise me, because the writing in this game is so good. But I will not be paying any money for Beliath, because so far, I don't see anything worth paying for. So the next thing I want to talk about is a little bit more about the gameplay, the game itself, and just kind of how it is structured and made. So something that I really love about this game, besides just the writing and how intricate the characters are, is the animation. The animation of the actual characters is so just charming and detailed and beautiful. Specifically, my favorite round of animations was with Raphael, my baby Raphael, because he was blind. It was really, really cool to see him. He has like this handkerchief thing covering his eyes, and sometimes it would come off and you would still get to see this expression on his eyes even though they were just cloudy. And seeing the way in which he would blush or smile or be upset or worried, they did a really good job in conveying those feelings, not just with like the animation, but the music as well. And I also love the way that they made the characters stand. Like they always had a particular stance, and you know, this is a visual novel. It's not really like, you're not really getting like a whole bunch of movements from them, but you're getting just enough that it feels like they're breathing and real and like actually a person there talking to you, which is really, really nice. I appreciate that it's not just like an image of the guy. It's like an actual animated version of them. And I love how when they talk, as they're speaking and as you're getting their dialogue, their facial expressions and even their posture changes just that little bit enough to coincide with the writing and just add to it. I just absolutely loved that. With Aaron, it was also really nice to see his body movements and his expressions. My favorite thing is when they blush. When they blush, it is so freaking adorable. That's like when they really get me. That's when they really get me. Guys, I'm playing my vampire game and I made him blush. Still hate him. But nobody blushes like Raphael, I'm telling you. No one blushes like him. He's the best one. If you're gonna play this game, I recommend starting with Raphael. because then you will understand. You will understand. Also, with Beliath, that I'm playing with right now, who is the fans' least favorite, which I think is so funny, oh my gosh. His expression is just so freaking annoying. I just want to punch him in the face. Like, he's constantly like... Whereas Aaron was always like, this like silent, somber kind of guy, you know? And then Raphael was just like elegant. Like, he was always standing elegantly and poised. He just was such a gentleman. He was just so perfect. Aside from the fact that their animations were really cute and that the writing was amazing, the soundtrack. Moonlight Lovers OST is on my playlists. The themes are so cool. I haven't played with every single vampire, but the way that they're able to tailor the theme to have like a different vibe for each vampire, I think is so cool. It really helps you like put you in the world of like what their aesthetic, what their vibe is. And another thing being they each have like an activity that they like to do. Raphael loves to read, and Aaron loves to like be outside and work on his like sword fighting skills, and Beliath likes to go clubbing. Whatever. Also, this isn't just seen in, you know, like the actual actions, but they show their bedrooms. I think are so cool when you get to go into the rooms of each vampire. Like, you go into Beliath's and it's very cold and like just modern, sleek design, which isn't my favorite. And then Aaron's, which is like wolfy, like it literally is fur and warmth, like a cabin type vibe. And then you go into Raphael's room and it's very studious. It's very like, there's a globe here and he has like these really nice desks with all of these instruments for drawing and doing whatever things that he does. It was really, really shocking to me when I saw Beliath's room because the whole manor is old Victorian kind of feel, cozy, elegant, like 18th century type aesthetic. And then you see Beliath's room and you're like, what? Like, how did you get white granite sleek floors in here? It's really funny. And obviously you as Eloise, or the main character, are kind of just, you're there for the ride, you know? She's not supposed to have like that much of like this personality thing going on. Basically, her personality is your feelings. And I think that's really cool. And I think that they do this in a way that makes her have like, you have agency in the story. Like, you can be whatever kind of girl you want to be. And I think that's really cool. I think that the story options that they give you for how to continue, like what you want to say or what you want to do or how you react and stuff like that, are all really well thought out ones. It's never like there's a wrong answer, like there's never a wrong choice, and that's almost kind of what's scary about playing the game in a way, is that once you choose this thing, like the story's gonna keep going from there. There's not like, oh, try again, like maybe choose the right answer this time. It's like, nope, you chose that, this is the route that's gonna take you. So I think that in each character's story, there's like literally 3 ways that literally there are 3 endings that you can get, but it's just so interesting to think of how much more dialogue and how different the dialogue could be from that character and their actions, their animations, all that stuff, depending on what selection you make. Also, touching on the music again, it's really cool the way that the music will also amplify the mood. There's like mysterious moments and there's like high stakes tension moments, and there's happy moments, and the romantic moments, and then just like the moments when you guys are just together and stuff like that. And I just think it's really, really well thought out, and you can tell that there was a lot of attention and detail put into this game. I really hope to be able to play all the characters. I want to play all of them, and right now again I'm playing with Beliath, and I literally hate him so much. But I don't hate him in the sense that like, they shouldn't have like written this character or this storyline or whatever. Like, I just hate him, but I think he's so well written in the way that I hate him, you know? Like, he's well written to be hated, and and I'm really looking forward to seeing how his story arc pans out in the end. I hope that you guys enjoyed that little review of the game. If you want me to go into more detail about any one of the characters, I would love to do that. Maybe I'll go into detail about Raphael. If you guys want me to do a video just on Raphael, and if you guys actually want me to play the game, I will play Raphael's game again, and I will film it. Gladly, I would play his round again. And this time, I would do it where I'm picking, I don't know, a little bit more bratty responses. Like, you find out that you have to be, I don't know, you just realize like, okay, maybe you have to be a little bit more selfish in order to get what you want. And this time that I'm playing with Beliath, I'm low-key kind of being more selfish. Not on purpose. I mean, on purpose, because he's mean and I'm trying to put him in his place, but maybe because of that, I'm picking the right things that are gonna get me to like the happy ending, so we'll see. But if you would like me to do any of those things, please leave me a comment. Let me know if you have played Moonlight Lovers and what your favorite character has been, and one that you recommend me to play next. If you've played Beliath's character, like, does it get better? Please tell me, does it get better? Alright guys, ciao, and see you next time.